Why is it controversial to want to take care of your own before you take care of others? When in human history has that ever been a thing? I don't get it. I'm gonna protect my family, my friends, and my local community before I protect anyone else. And I'm gonna stand on that till I die. And if you have a problem with that, let me know. I like to think of my country like my house. I don't open my house up to strangers that are gonna disrespect it, that don't live by the same rules that I do, and that don't share the same values that I do. So why do we open up our country to people that don't feel the same way? Getting to Australia is a privilege and a golden ticket, and I think you should conform to the native values that are already here. If you're fleeing a country that, you're fleeing it for a reason because it's either war-torn, or you don't even like it, or you want to come over here for more opportunities, I don't care. Either way, you come in here, I think you got to abide by our rules, and I don't think that's controversial to say. But here we are in a society where you get labelled all these pejoratives for saying these things. And I'm here sparking the conversation because I'm sick of it. I'm not racist, I'm not anti-immigration, I'm pro-Australia and I'm pro my brothers and sisters. In fact, I live with 3 people that weren't even from this country, weren't born. But I promise you, they're more Aussie than I meet half the people out there today. What makes you Aussie isn't your skin colour, it isn't where you're from. In my mind, it's what's on the inside and the values that you share and this person that makes you you. And I'm sick of feeling guilty for saying this shit or for thinking it. For way too long have we been silenced, and I think time is now that we need to start talking about it and sharing it. For the longest time, at the start, like any fringe movement, we've got to tolerate it at the start. It's fucking annoying, but we get forced to tolerate it. Then we have to accept it. And now if we don't champion it and encourage it, you're a racist. You're a neo-Nazi. Why do they label us with these terms? Because I know I don't feel like that at all. All it does is stamps out conversation and makes people think twice before they share a thing. And that's exactly what they want. And that's why I'm here to share my thoughts right now, to spark debate and to open this up. I think it's really gross. I never realized from a young age that I was indoctrinated. Let me share a personal story with you guys. In year 9, all of the boys were segregated from the girls. We were roped into the year 12 common room and blasted by our teachers. No means no. Don't force yourself on these girls. You're gonna rape them. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm just playing with my Tamagotchi, my Pokemon cards, man, my Beyblades, baby. I don't give a shit about women at that age. I was playing basketball, cricket. And then I didn't realize at a young age that we were starting to get indoctrinated. And for me, as I've gotten older, I've realized my role as a male in this society is the 2 Ps, provider and protector. And I never used to feel like that. Let me share a scary thought with you guys. When I was younger, and my experience actually, I used to run around the lake a lot, and I used to see lots of kids fall over and hurt themselves, but I would never go and help them, because I didn't want to look like a pedophile, or look, I was trying to hit on these kids, or something crazy like that, And then I realized as I got older, man, mums don't think that. People don't think that around you in your community. You're an asshole for not looking after them. You've been indoctrinated by the system to make you feel bad to not help these people. And then I started to help them. When I was about 25 years old, I started to branch out a little bit further and realized, man, I've just been indoctrinated the whole time. I started helping these kids and then meeting their parents. Oh, thank you so much for helping little Johnny pick himself up on his bike. I thought, oh, wow, not only do I feel good from that, I'm meeting local members of the community and now they feel safe and I'm giving back to them. For the longest time, I just turned the cheek and moved away. And I realized that that was me being indoctrinated at a young age. Another thing that I'm sharing is I thought everything I saw on TV was the gospel. Every news thing I ever watched up until I was like 22 years old, I thought they were facts, actual legitimate facts. Why will these people lie to me? So I realized that there's an agenda, profit, greed, people are fallible. Then I realized, oh my gosh, they're just herding us like cattle into the one direction. Just like our political system, they differ on very fringe things, but they get us to the same point completely. We're in the same fucking boat, just which side are you on? Starboard or port? Because the boat's heading in the exact same direction and we can all fucking see it. That's why I'm here, because we need to shake the system up. Back in the day, if you don't, we had to tolerate things first, then we had to accept them. Now if we don't champion them, we just get pejoratives and put down so you get silenced straight away. What's all that about? That speaks to the rules and regulations of Australia that I really am starting to not like at all. I think we're all sick of it, and that's why I'm here sharing it today. What do you guys think about this? How do you guys feel about this? Would you open your house up to strangers that you didn't know, that didn't live the same way that you do? I bet you buddy won't. So why do we open up our country and do the same thing? I think about how we're over $1 trillion in debt, and I can't help but to feel like I'm struggling in this system, but yet I see people just come in and get a free ride. Why am I contributing to our society, starting a business, busting my ass? To what? To give to a community that doesn't give back to me, doesn't look after me, and then when I voice myself, they just try and silence me and shit on me? What's all that about? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of feeling bad. I'm sick of feeling ashamed of my thoughts. I'm sick of feeling disgusted about myself, because that's what they've done to me. And at some level, I'm not playing a victim here, but I also am. I'm aware that this is what's happened, and I'm taking accountability for myself and for my thoughts. That's why I'm trying to educate myself, meet like-minded people like you and I, trying to express myself. I want to generate conversation, because I'm realizing I have much more in common with the everyday Aussie than I ever thought. And through these conversations, I'm able to spark that debate, and it inspires me to not only walk more, but also talk more, to share that conversation in our community. Because I'm meeting people that I completely relate to at a deep level, and you can just feel it. You start talking about things, oh, this person feels the same way I do. Oh, this person's had the same experience. Oh, they feel bad about the same thing. And then we start bonding on that, and then I realize, oh, we've been lied to. We've been lied to the whole fucking time. And I feel like an idiot. And then you have to swallow your ego. All right, Trent, you were wrong 6 months ago. Now let's reevaluate yourself, reevaluate your thoughts, reevaluate the position that you hold in society. What's going on? How are they tricking you? It can be really frustrating and really tough to battle when you think, man, there's so much propaganda out there that I've got to sift through. How do I really feel? What really do I connect with in this society? So my brothers and sisters, please continue to talk. Please continue to share how you feel. I'm loving the support. Please comment, let me know how you feel, because I'm really inspired to meet more like-minded Aussies. I bloody love it, because together, Aussies put their bloody backs into it. We're going to change this. We're going to shake up the system. I can feel it. It's going to take some time. It won't be easy. Nothing worth having is easy, baby. But I believe we can do it together. We're going to unite. We're going to stand up. We're going to change this country, baby. Let's bloody do it. Let's talk. Let's share the conversation. Don't be scared to bring a subject up. If anyone's got a pejorative here, reflect that onto them. Talk with your words, not with your aggression. I can speak to being a young male. When I get frustrated and my words stop working and I feel that, I want to get angry. I want to lash out, but all that does is dig a bigger hole, digs a way bigger hole for them to be able to label you, to be able to pejorative you, to be able to single you out and vilify you. But together we can stand and unite. I believe it. So please keep sharing the conversation, keep believing in yourself. Don't listen to that background noise. Believe what's inside, share that conversation, put yourself out there. Because if not now, when? So please, care about your brothers and sisters, because I love you. BTP, peace out.